Hello comrades, my name is Fritz and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program New Horizons. Today, taking a break from our Minmus mission, we are heading to Gilly to fulfill a new contract and also to test out this new rocket, which should work better than our Duna one. So without further ado, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, main engine start. We have liftoff, eventually. That was totally planned, and, well, that happened. Okay, so here we are for take 2. The weight of the boosters is now shared between 2 more additional Cybertrons, so maybe, just maybe, we'll be in luck. Now, we're going to pitch over to 90, or sorry, the 90 marker on our 8-ball, nav ball, and hope for the best. We're going to throttle all the way up on the central stage so we can just pull away as fast as we can, and please don't explode, and they came off again. Okay, oh my god, right. That's fine, that was totally planned. The parachutes have deployed. Hopefully they won't collide and break things. But it looks like we're doing okay. What's our TWR looking like? 1.66 out of 2.08. Good. Whoa. Right, that's a lot of thrust on this thing. Yeah, let's go to the apoapsis and burn. Whoa, no, that's not good. Luckily, the amount of thrust we have in this thing, we can easily keep it under control. How much fuel have we got left? What's the burn time in this stage? Vessel. Apparently 7 hours. Oh, 9.8 seconds. Okay, that settled down. Good. Right. Power. Counting down. Keeping the spacecraft on the straight and narrow. Circularizing in 3, 2, 1. Orbit. Excellent. Remember the rockets have a spool down time. So, yeah, right, how much fuel do we have in this one? 4 seconds, okay, so, actually, I don't think that fuel will be that useful, because, it will affect our predictions for the Delta V burn out to Duna, the translation burn out to Duna. So, what I should probably do is ditch this stage in the usual fashion. So, I guess, let's see, make sure everything's on 0. How much money do we have, by the way? 1.7 million. Right, okay. In 3, 2, 1. Check the staging. Throw in the hole. Goodbye, cruel world. Yeah, that's significant amount of burn time there. Racing away from the spacecraft at about 100 meters per second. Wow. Good, now we have a much more maneuverable upper stage rocket. Okay, let's head out to Gilly. Okay, we're back and burning to achieve escape velocity from Kerbal. Malvis Kerman seems happy once we've got the nuclear engine ignited. Instead of using the conventional drop tank methods for staging on the transfer stage, what I've done is gone for a similar configuration to our lifters and used the asparagus staging technique. So as you can see, this tank here is draining a certain amount of fuel, but this one is fully full of its capacity, full to its capacity. That means we can maintain a lot more fuel in that core stage for a longer period of time. and it's basically there to maintain our thrust to weight ratio and improve our efficiency. Okay, good news! As you can see, we have entered into this escape trajectory-like situation near Eve. So, textbook maneuver here, we actually got an incredibly good encounter. This is probably the best planetary encounter I've ever been fortunate to get. So, what we're going to do is establish whether Gilly rotates clockwise or anti-clockwise relative to our direction of motion. And it goes clockwise. Well, anti-clockwise, actually. Which is fine, because we're also going anti-clockwise. Isn't that convenient? Right, let's head over to our periapsis. And because we have a nuclear engine, we should probably... yeah. As you can see, I've rearranged the spaceship a bit, so basically that means we've dropped the decoupler that was on this central stage here, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And it means we can just burn until our orbit slows down a bit. Now, yeah, we've got quite a high-speed intercept here. It's better than nothing. Ideally I would have liked to aerobrake, but aerobraking is notoriously tricky and unpredictable, so that's never really a good idea to try, especially when you have a fragile spacecraft like this one. If I had like a huge spacecraft with a big heat shield on, I think I'd be fine, but yeah, you have to be aware that aerobraking is tricky, and if you overdo it, you'll end up crashing into the planet because you'll lose too much velocity and you won't be able to sustain an orbit. How are we doing? Okay, right, I think that's a nice enough orbit. I like how the biome is called the Explodium Sea, that's quite funny. Right, I guess while we're at it, we can do an EVA report over Eve. Space. Lights on, we don't want to lose our spaceship in the dark. 40 science. Okay, grab. Board. You can totally do a crew report. Keep the data. It's another 40 science. We can also log some science data from the space. So, solar particle collectors. Let's see what that does. Hey, that's cool. Sun's outer atmosphere. Excellent. What about this spectral imaging platform? Log imaging data. Opens out like an eye there. That's interesting. What's on this? Another 40 science. Now that will be very useful for a big data haul on the way back home. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, well, it's very important to set Gilly as our target. And of course, well, we can't actually... oh my god. Okay, well, I did not notice that that was the case. And there we go. Burn! Burn. Change our orbit inclination. Very good. Well, this burn might take a bit of a while, because we have a nuclear engine, although, because our spacecraft is so light now, we do have a pretty good thrust-to-weight ratio. Good news, we have a Gilly encounter without too much irritation. Now, it will be incredibly difficult to actually time the burn precisely enough to get that encounter properly, so we will have to do some intermediate correction burns. And what we're going to do instead is, the burn is 33 seconds, so we'll head over to the node in good time, and it will take us 2 days to get round to our node because we are in such a high orbit, and we will then do what we need to do. Hopefully we'll see Gilly and maybe land on it by the end of this episode. If not, I will use the magic of television, or what I shall now from here on in refer to as the magic of television, i.e. editing, in order to get to where I want to be by the end of this episode. What we're doing here is something highly technical, and that's basically, well, we've passed it up, so what I'm going to do is just burn straight at it and see what that does. And as you can see, not much, although our separation is coming down a bit. Unusually, the target indicator is reading 0.0, which is interesting. Also confusing, because I highly doubt that's the case. What are we at? 150, 149. Let's just keep burning until we get down to about 90. And see where that puts us. Here it comes, and whoa! No, don't do that. Okay, right, that was a bit crazy. I passed out my periapsis doing about 400 meters per second. My orbit is now 5.8 meters per second. I am going to, however, boost my... Oh my god. Okay. That's it. Go home. You're drunk. That is... Wow. I am going to boost my periapsis a bit because I need to maintain my amount of time warp, the amount of time warp I can have at this low altitude. So, come on, can we make it to 100? That would be good. Or 50? 50 is good, I guess. Or 70. That's even better. And we can stop there. That's fine. Push off like that. Make sure we can. Make sure we're not going to collide with it. And there it goes. Oh, brilliant. Okay, this is good. This is good. I've never actually landed on Gilly before, so this is going to be an experience and a half. Let's hope the... No, that's on its own orbit. That's good. A slight movement may actually knock that into escape trajectory. Ah, here you see the time warp is actually starting to cause a bit of an issue. Yeah, this could get a bit slow at times. It's looking like, well, it's looking to be quite a flat area, I have to say. Although we haven't really skimmed close enough to that regolith to really see what's what. This could get interesting. More of the terrain is rendering in as we speak, and I'm seeing more of these little folds in the surface. As we head down, we're a kilometre away from that surface now. We can leave it really late, and that might be what I will do to avoid using so much fuel. How are we doing? Windows down. Make sure our pilot can see the surface. And yes, here it comes, our Gilly mission, fulfilling its purpose. Okay, landing legs are out. And I can't see a shadow, even though we are only 600 meters off the ground here. Using those engines just to bleed off that extra velocity. And there we are, landing speed 17 meters per second, coming in nice and straight. This is going to be absolutely pinpoint precision perfect. And we are a mere, I think that's at 300 meters above the surface of Gilly, and heading towards it at 17.5 meters per second. Make that 10. And here we go, 9 meters per second. Kill that at about 6. I probably have time for an interesting fact as we head towards the surface at 6.2 meters per second. Gilly, I do believe, is named after a character in a David Bowie song of the same name. The single Ziggy Stardust on Bowie's 1972 discography, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, starts off with Ziggy played guitar jamming good with Weird and Gilly and the Spiders from Mars. And sticking with the space theme that Bowie incorporated into his songs in the early 70s, I do believe this is in fact a reference to that song. Now, slightly worried about our lateral velocity. 0.9, 16 meters above the surface, 13, 12, 10. I'm doing 1.1 meters per second. Here it comes. And touchdown. Touchdown? There we go, we've done it. We have done it. Brilliant. Fan-bloody-tastic. Okay, let's start doing some... Actually, no, thought that won't be a killjoy. Spacecraft is actually... Can we just check if we are landed on Duna? There we go. Use the RCS to jet down to the surface. Whoa, right. Malvis, you might want to... Yeah, that might be an issue. Let us plant a flag. Actually, quickly we'll just keep the data, take surface sample. Might be because it is an asteroid of some description. Let's plant the flag. Awesome. What an awesome guy. Okay, let's go back to the spacecraft and do some science. Bowie's influence lies scattered across the Kerbal system, and his soul, no doubt, will guide Malvis back home to Kerbal. Yes. Get on board the spaceship, make sure we are actually touched down. As we are, that's good. Log the magnetometer data, deploying the scanners now. Gilly is actually a hive for this kind of thing. It's science. It's an interesting small little rock here. Collect impact data. Wow, we impacted. Record the seismic data. Okay. Well, we are moving around a bit for some reason. Is that the impactor doing its thing, or? Wow, this is going to be a lot of science if we can get this all back home. But yes, we've left our tribute to David Bowie on the surface of Gilly, and Malvis Kerman doing his duty to his musical idol. And yeah, that's this, I guess, is where I leave you for episode 8 of Kerbal Space Program New Horizons. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe if you did, or at least one of the above. My name is Fritz, and I will, of course, see you next time.